Gets dangerous though.
Oh, I like dangerous.
Up Mount Karangahaki, and we found an adit that we're going to go in here behind us. We're just bush bashing down through the bush, obviously, and we've come to this through here, and it's got a what looks like a nice wooden portal around the front. I'll show you properly as we go in, but we'll see how far this one goes. And off we go. So right at the start here, can you see that? Nice wooden portal. Don't come across those very often around here. And what is this? We've got thunder going right behind me as we go in, which sounds pretty cool. We've got a nice little bench here for some reason. Maybe they put all their helmets on there as they walked in and out. And another bench here that they've got. Oh, but this one looks like you could have maybe sat on that and put your boots on in the old days. Water on the ground and some mud, but nothing particularly too bad. Really nice rail. Echo's gone a bit weird in here. Aaron will be coming in behind us. He's just getting all his gear ready. But so far this is looking really cool. And quartz on the ground I can see, so that's promising as well. Means that they were taking ore out. We've got a wooden post in the ceiling, a few of them, so they were probably hanging some lights or something along here. That would make sense. At the start of the mine there's quite a bit of cut wood, which actually looks quite modern. So although these adits that were higher on the mountain were the older ones, because obviously modern people have come in to check it out since. And I can see some of the usual pink spray paint on the ceiling just there. It's probably the geologist coming in and checking it.
You go any further or?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Gets dangerous though.
Oh, I like dangerous. That sounds like good content to me.
Yeah, it would be. I'll let you get past them to take a look at the cool stuff down there.
Okay, you've been through there?
Well, certainly.
Oh fuck, this looks pretty dodgy. I like all the fungus growing on that bit of wood there as well.
Yeah, all that white fungus there is pretty cool, eh?
Yeah. Oh, I might have to put my camera away for this one. Yeah, okay. Second go. It's really muddy.
Certainly is. So Aaron's going down to check down here. I've walked down a little bit, but Aaron's stupider than me. He'll walk further. I'm not as brave. Aaron's braver than me is what I meant.
And this is all that same new wood back here.
Yeah. It's just if you look what's above the wood, it's not nice.
So better not to look?
Better not to look.
Okay.
So someone's put a board in the floor down here that Aaron's walking across, otherwise he'd be in quite deep mud, I would say.
Yes. Makes it a pain to get through how short it is. Oh, at least they're so slippery you can just slide your feet along.
Yeah, I think Aaron's about as far as I got before I turned around. And I decided that I didn't like the look of what was up above all these all the timber work. Is it still all timbered?
No.
Oh, good, because the timber work is what scares me.
Yeah.
Well, that would be great if it opens back up again. I'll just wait a little bit for Aaron to get a bit further along.
Coming down?
Sorry?
You coming down?
As long as it opens, like you say, it opens up there, yeah?
Yeah. Just a little bit further. I'm just resting my legs for a second.
Yeah, trying to walk in that crouch position is a bit tricky.
Yeah. It doesn't work the best.
Yeah, I keep on wanting to grab the sides, but I also don't want to grab the sides.
I've been using the wood on the side. It's new wood, so, well, new.
Yeah.
I don't think it's rotten. Must be treated timber at least.
Yeah, it's not so much the wood that worries me, it's the stability.
There's no footprints back here. I don't think anybody's been back here for a while.
Well, I noticed that if there was any footprints up to this point, they were very faint, so I'd say it has been a while.
Everybody else is probably like, oh yeah, no, f that.
Yeah. It's a little bit tricky to keep the camera steady through here. And my body's just crying out to stand up and I can't.
I know, it sucks.
We're nearly through to where it opens. Don't like this bit at all. Nasty. Oh, I'm so envious of Aaron being able to stand up over there.
Oh, you good too, man?
Maybe I'm crouching over even more than I need to. Oh, I'm glad we got through there.
Yes. So there is down that way, or down that way.
Oh,
That way looks
timbered.
Yep. Looks fun. That's what I was going to say.
Okay, so Aaron has pushed down to the right here. So we'll do that ourselves and see what interesting things are down here. We've got rail continuing on the floor, and it looks like it goes up to what looks like some quite modern timbering. Now see these numbers on the wall. We had a look last time and they indicated amounts of gold and silver, but those numbers don't look right to be gold and silver. I don't know how they do it, as in grams per tonne that it's working out, parts per million, or percentages, but none of those numbers look right for any of those.
I'm pretty sure those numbers are just identifications of the sampling. So you can look up those numbers on the...
They'll be the test site numbers, test pit numbers.
Yeah. So if you plug that number into the New Zealand Petroleum and Minerals website, you'll probably see the results of whatever's in there.
I saw on that other map, one of the maps that you sent to me for the museum mine, all the markings, and you know how it said golden AU and AG up the end?
Yes.
And then it had on the left hand side a number, and on the right hand side, the left hand side was the gold amount and the right hand was the silver amount.
Right.
But that was a different numbering system to what these test numbers look like. I'm going to sneak through here if that's okay.
Yeah. Recording it. Just keep going this way.
Awesome.
Almost looks like somebody had a
Motorbike.
or something in here. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe a wheelbarrow?
Oh, wheelbarrow sounds more likely actually.
The way they put those planks down in a line back there as well. Seems like
A lot of quite new offcuts of wood just sitting down here.
yeah, I think it's a
So yeah, this is where they've shored up this mine in recent times.
It's get tight again. Not too tight though.
This is very cool.
Very muddy.
It's quite muddy. The distance in is pretty impressive.
There's an old bucket down here.
So Aaron is a few metres ahead of me there and he reckons that the end is just up here. And if that's the case, there's not really a lot of point trying to get through here. It's very cramped in this timbered off section. And it may actually join up to the other drive that went off to the left.
Yeah, I reckon we go check that one out rather than pushing down through here.
That sounds like a good plan to me. I don't like crawling through those tight spaces.
Yeah, sweet as.
Right, so we'll turn around, folks, and go and have a look at the other drive off to the right. Well, it's now to the right of me here. So I wonder what the results were up here when they tested your current new Talisman mining operations is running quite a bit further down the hill from here. But I would say they must have had some initial tests that were quite good, otherwise they wouldn't have put all this work into trying to timber up this section. But then they've obviously chosen a lower down level to actually work at the moment. So off down to the right here, we'll go and have a look. The ground doesn't look super awesome down here, but none of it does. More writing in pink spray paint. More test pits maybe. Ah yes, we've got some boards on the ground, so probably just because the mud was so thick, they just lay boards down here. I can see it goes in for ages still. A lot of mud on the ground. It makes me wonder whether this mine was actually flooded and someone has come up here and drained it. Perhaps there was a blockage at the entrance and they were able to drain that, which would have left a lot of sludge in here. And then over a certain amount of time the mud has all dried out and it's left us with this passage through here. I can actually see some fairly old footprints on the ground. They would have been done a fair while ago, I would say. And I've just stopped for a moment here because it's getting quite short in here, as far as the distance between the ceiling and the floor is down to probably 1.5 meters and less in places. I'm a little bit intrigued to go a bit further on. I don't like it a huge amount in here. But There's just a pile of rubble in sort of my medium to far distance that I want to check and see whether we've got something going on there. X marks the spot on the wall, maybe up here. I'm glad they've got these boards to walk on, otherwise it would be quite tricky. Just take a little stop here while I try and breathe a little less hard. Not sure if I can hear Aaron behind me or not. In any case, so it's just another 10 or 15 metres up here that I want to check out what's going on. You can probably see what looks like a low wall in the mine there. I want to check out what the story is there. Just a random pile of rubble, or is there something beyond this? Oh yeah. Well, it comes out of the mud, which is nice. It looks like it might actually get a bit taller down there, which would also be very, very nice. You want to see? Ah yes, looks like Aaron's coming down slowly behind me there. And just down here, below this bit of mud, we've got rail. Oh, and I can stand up. That's nice. Now, it'd be good if the air supply would stay good and I can calm down my breathing a little bit. Another section of collapse just here. Doesn't look too tricky to get past, I hope. And then back down where I should be able to once again stand upright. Yeah, nice. Nice. Alright. Oh, this isn't, yeah, it's a good mine, this one. And this part of it is actually tolerable to walk through as well. We've got a quartz seam in the wall there. Looks like someone's had a go at it in the relatively recent past. Yeah, nice bright white compared to this very oxidised rock down here. Old wooden rail and, well, not wooden rail, but there's old wood and some iron rail on the ground. Still quite a lot of these pieces of wood that have been jammed into drill holes up in the ceiling, which I do think is for lighting. But it still must have been a quite old lighting system. So whether it would have actually been carbide lights that were hung there rather than electric ones, I really don't know. But just here, oh yes, I can see where they're following the vein. Hopefully you can see there, it's going up on an angle. The quartz that they're digging out of there looks like quite a soft quartz. Ooh, that's pretty cool. And once again, You can see the quartz in the wall where they've been taking ore out. And these nice old buckets, I wonder how old they are. Rusting away to not very much now. I wonder if they'd be over 100 years old. Entirely possible. That's quite a nice vein of rust going through there. So that would be sulfides as well. With some of the black being manganese. Iron sulfides, when I say sulfides, I do mean iron sulfides, and it's the iron that would make that brown colour. Just like rust. Now, is this the end down here, or are we going to turn around a corner? I always wonder that. Always hope. Is it going to turn? Or is it just going to be this? What have we got on the floor there? Oh yeah. P9. I wonder what P9 means. Looks like there's a bit of a stream coming out the back there. A little bit hesitant to walk on this because I hope that's not a shaft under there. Really, really, really hope that's not a shaft under there. But as you can see under the P9 mark there, there's water coming down. So there must be some kind of internal mountain spring there. Oh, that'd be very, very cool. Nice long line. Look at the interesting pattern in the quartz there. What would have caused that? I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a pattern of spidery lines in the quartz. Here, Aaron coming up here, so we're probably about to have a chat about things here. Pretty awesome there. Surprised I've still got torchlight, but I almost have no doubt that on the way out I'm going to have to stop and get my phone out of my bag so as I can use that torch when this runs out. And I can see like pick marks within the quartz. So when they were sampling, they would have picked that out in kind of a crisscross pattern. Some nice buckets in there, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I think those crisscross patterns, I think those are called, I just had the word in my head now, it's called.
Oh, that's a really weird thing to call.
Rock chip sampling is what they call it.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to drill sampling.
Well, that would make total sense.
Trying to figure out what that little bobbly thing right in the middle of that bucket back there is.
Bottly thing.
Yeah, it's sort of in the bucket. Yeah, that thing in there. No, back further. Not that. That looks like a tin.
It does look like a tin. A tin of what? Who knows? Bottly thing then.
There's like a round thing inside the bucket.
Inside the bucket.
Right at the back, yeah. No. On the back wall of the bucket. Yeah, there you go.
Whatever it was, I broke it.
Oh, okay.
I thought, as I picked it up, I thought it might have been an old tobacco pipe.
Oh.
But I don't think so.
Should have kept it if it was. No, I'm kidding. You never take artifacts from these places, guys. Neither Steve nor I do.
Rocks I'll take, but
Yep.
yeah, actual artifacts, no.
A little piece of rock is just fine. Right.
If there was something really cool, I might tell the museum about it.
Yeah.
But then it's up to them.
Yeah. You ever see like bottles or old
Yeah.
pickaxes and things like that?
So that's the story with artifacts and me. We don't take artifacts, we don't destroy artifacts. We leave them alone. I'm going to head back out, Aaron. I just worry about my torch running out, so.
Sweet as, I'll see you back up with me.
Cool. Right, so we'll try and get back out here. Well, I can still take advantage of light. Of course, it'll worry me for ages because Aaron will spend quite a bit of time, which is fine, totally fine, but he'll spend quite a bit of time taking photos and things. Meanwhile, I'll be out the front going, oh, I hope he's okay. I'm sure he will be fine. Not sure what this, again, I think this was one of the, would be a new Talisman operation. New Talisman or old Talisman, but it's part of the same series of mine edits. Now, as far as what level this is, so we've come down, that numbered the levels quite strangely. The top one near the peak of the mountain is level 1. And I think we did actually go into level 1. But then we've come down the mountain from there, and there's been a number of landslips that possibly have covered up an adit or two, so then it gets hard to judge where we are, you know, now, for instance. It's possible Aaron knows what level we're in, but I don't think so. Okay, so we're into this section of possibly previously flooded mine again. Once again having to bend over to get through here. Bend over quite almost in half. And I know it gets even worse further up here, just where we have to get through all the timber work. It's the only way out, so there's no point in particularly stopping. Although up here before we get into the timber work, just past the mud here, I think there is an area of standing room which I will take advantage of to stretch out for a minute or so. I don't know why bending over makes me puff so much as well, but it does. Yeah, a bit hard to say, hard to know what to say going through here because, you know, it's quite long and we have already come up through here. I'm not actually seeing anything new. I am in that standing room again though, and that's nice. But just ahead of me is a horrible section of woodwork here. When I say horrible, the wood itself is beautiful. Exit. Very good. Not sure how old it would be, but sometime in the last 20 years I would say they've shored all this up. Right, that was enough of a stretch I think. And we'll head down here again. I wonder who will be the next people to come up here. Sometimes I think it'd be cool to have like a business card that I left at the end of the mine. I've never got around to doing that, and doesn't seem that worthwhile. If I want to know which mines I've been in, I'll go back and watch the video. Oh. Yeah, interesting. I didn't see, perhaps I just didn't take any notice, but Merv, I didn't see your mark down here. I'm sure it is. I've just missed it. I'll find out eventually. Merv will tell me. No doubt he will tell me, yeah, you found that one, but did you see this other one that was only a few metres away? No. There you go. It's still there for you to do, Steve. Oh well. Another time. Alright, so we're back into this fairly easy last section of the mine here. As soon as I stop filming, my breathing will go back to normal. And I do actually breathe like a normal human. Not constantly puffing as I walk along. So when we were outside before, it was thunder, quite a lot of thunder. So I wonder if we've still got thunderstorms out here. I could hear thunder down the mine before. I can't hear it now, so perhaps it's moved on. Bit more moisture down here in the early part of the mine, and that build-up of moisture here adds extra to the idea that perhaps this mine has been flooded in the past. Wolf spider on that piece of wood, and then we come back out into this strangely flat piece of forest, and all around here you can see there's some rail on the ground there, and some more rail that looks like it curves up around here somewhere. I don't think there's a track further on down there. And what do we have down here? Possibly another incline. Really not sure, but I reckon that's man-made. Or that's where the stream would have come out when it got unblocked, and perhaps just unblocking the stream would have, unblocking the water out of the mine would have caused that gully to form. Good theory anyway.